What if the reason most people never become wealthy has nothing to do with how much they earn, but everything to do with what they do with what they earn? Every day, millions of hard-working people wake up early, work long hours, and sacrifice their time, yet at the end of each month they still feel financially stuck. Meanwhile, others, sometimes earning less, quietly build wealth, create freedom, and design the life they truly want. So what's the difference? According to Tony Robbins, wealth is not built by luck, inheritance, or even high income alone. Real wealth is created by mastering one critical skill: managing your income wisely. Money can either become your greatest servant or your biggest source of stress. The choice depends on the habits you build today. In this video, you're going to discover the exact mindset shifts and practical money principles that separate financially successful people from everyone else. These lessons have transformed the lives of countless individuals around the world, and they can transform yours too. Stay with me until the end, because the final lesson may completely change the way you look at money forever. Lesson 1. Master your money before you multiply it. The fundamental paradox of wealth is that most people believe the solution to their financial woes is simply more capital. They operate under the illusion that a higher salary or a sudden windfall would magically organize their chaotic financial lives. However, Tony Robbins argues that money is merely a magnifying glass. It amplifies who you already are and how you already behave. If your current habit is to spend more than you earn when you make $40,000 a year, you will simply find more expensive ways to be broke when you make $400,000. Mastery is not about the volume of the currency flowing through your hands. It is about the structural integrity of the container you have built to hold it. Without a system of management, wealth is like water in a sieve. It doesn't matter how fast you pour it in, the result is always a dry floor. You must become the master of the small before you are entrusted with the large. True financial control begins with the meticulous tracking of every cent. In the digital age, we have become dangerously disconnected from our spending. With a tap of a phone or a swipe of a card, money vanishes into the ether without the psychological pain that used to accompany physical cash transactions. This frictionless spending leads to lifestyle creep, where mindless expenses slowly eat away at your potential freedom. Robbins suggests that you must treat your personal finances with the same rigor a CEO treats a Fortune 500 company. You wouldn't run a business without a balance sheet, yet most people run their lives on guesswork and vibes. By auditing your expenses, you confront the brutal reality of your choices. You begin to see the difference between needs and wants, and you realize that every dollar spent on a fleeting impulse is a dollar stolen from your future liberty. When you gain intentionality over your finances, the psychological shift is profound. Suddenly, you are no longer a victim of the month-end panic. You move from a state of survival, constantly reacting to bills and emergencies, to a state of design. This sense of agency is the bedrock of wealth. It allows you to make decisions based on values rather than impulses. Mastering your money means you decide where it goes instead of wondering where it went. This discipline creates a psychological buffer that reduces stress and increases your cognitive bandwidth, allowing you to focus on high-level growth rather than low-level survival. The math of wealth is simple, but the psychology is complex. By mastering the management of your current resources, you prove to yourself and the market that you are ready for more. Lesson 2. Pay yourself first. The traditional model of personal finance is a recipe for permanent mediocrity. Earn money, pay the landlord, pay the utility company, pay the grocery stores, and then if there is anything left, save for the future. The problem is that human nature and Parkinson's law dictate that our expenses will always rise to meet our income. If you wait until the end of the month to see what's left, the answer will almost always be zero. Tony Robbins advocates for a radical inversion of this hierarchy. He teaches that you must treat your freedom fund as the most important non-negotiable bill you owe. By paying yourself first, you are effectively telling the universe and your own subconscious that your future self is more important than your current impulses or the profits of the corporations you buy from. This concept is often referred to as a wealth tax that you impose upon yourself. If the government raised your taxes by 10%, you would grumble, but you would find a way to live on the remaining 90%. You would adjust your habits, skip a few luxuries, and eventually the new reality would become your baseline. Robbins suggests you apply this same logic to your savings. By automating a deduction from your paycheck directly into an investment account, you remove the element of human willpower. Willpower is a finite resource that fails us when we are tired, hungry, or stressed. Automation, however, never gets tired. When the money is moved before it ever hits your spending account, you learn to live within the remaining margin, creating a silent, invisible engine of wealth accumulation that runs in the background of your life. The long-term impact of this single habit cannot be overstated. Even if the amount seems negligible at first, perhaps only 5% or 10%, the power of compound interest turns these small, consistent contributions into a financial fortress. More importantly, it shifts your identity from a consumer to an investor. A consumer looks at a paycheck and sees things they can buy. An investor looks at a paycheck and sees seed corn that can be planted to grow a forest. This discipline builds a sense of self-worth. Every time you pay yourself first, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You are building security, which in turn gives you the confidence to take the calculated risks necessary for true wealth. Your future self is either going to thank you or regret your current choices. Paying yourself first ensures the former. Lesson 3. Turn income into assets. There is a massive distinction between looking rich and being wealthy. Looking rich is easy. It requires nothing more than a high-interest credit card and a lack of foresight. Being wealthy, however, requires a fundamental shift in how you perceive the purpose of a dollar. Most people view income as a tool for consumption, while the wealthy view income as a tool for production. Tony Robbins emphasizes that the middle class and the poor tend to collect liabilities, items like cars, designer bags, and the latest electronics, which lose value the moment they are purchased and often require ongoing maintenance costs. These items may provide a temporary dopamine hit of status, but they are financial vampires that suck away your long-term potential. To build real wealth, you must prioritize the acquisition of assets, things that put money in your pocket while you sleep. An asset is anything that has the potential to appreciate in value or generate a recurring return. This includes stocks, bonds, real estate, intellectual property, or even a business. When you buy an asset, you are buying a money machine. Each dollar you invest is like a little soldier you've sent out to the battlefield to capture more dollars and bring them back to you. Over time, as your army of dollars grows, their collective power begins to outpace your own physical ability to work. This is the transition from working for money to money working for you. It requires a level of delayed gratification that is rare in a culture of instant satisfaction. It means choosing a diversified index fund over a flashy new watch, or investing in a certification that increases your earning power instead of a luxury vacation. The question, will this purchase make me look rich or become rich, acts as a powerful cognitive filter for every financial decision. When you frame your spending through this lens, you begin to see the hidden costs of your choices. You realize that a $50,000 car doesn't just cost $50,000. It costs the hundreds of thousands of dollars that money could have become if it had been invested in a compound interest account over 20 years. This doesn't mean you must live a life of deprivation, but it does mean you must earn the right to luxury. Wealthy people buy their luxuries out of the excess generated by their assets, while the poor buy their luxuries out of their own sweat and blood. By focusing on asset accumulation early, you eventually reach a point of escape velocity where your assets provide for your lifestyle, granting you the ultimate luxury time. Lesson 4. Emotional spending destroys wealth. In the world of finance, we like to think of ourselves as rational actors making logical decisions based on data. In reality, we are emotional creatures who occasionally use logic to justify our feelings. Tony Robbins frequently points out that our financial outcomes are dictated by our state, our internal emotional environment. When we feel inadequate, we might spend money on status symbols to feel significant. When we feel stressed, we might engage in retail therapy to find a momentary escape. When we feel fearful, we might panic sell our investments at the worst possible time. These emotional reactions are the primary reason why even highly intelligent people fail to build wealth. If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your capital. Lifestyle inflation is perhaps the most insidious form of emotional spending. As people earn more, they feel an internal pressure to upgrade their surroundings to match their new status. They buy a bigger house, a faster car, and eat at more expensive restaurants. This isn't usually driven by a genuine increase in happiness, but rather by the emotional need to keep up with the Joneses or to validate their hard work. Robbins teaches that true fulfillment comes from growth and contribution, not from the accumulation of toys. When you realize that no amount of external stuff can fix an internal feeling of lack, the urge to spend emotionally begins to dissipate. You start to find joy in the process of building and the security of having, rather than the fleeting thrill of buying. To combat emotional spending, you must develop a pattern interrupt. This is a psychological tool to break the cycle of impulse. When you feel the urge to make a non-essential purchase, force yourself to wait 48 hours. During this period, the initial emotional spike, the must-have-it feeling, usually subsides, allowing your rational mind to regain control. Ask yourself, am I buying this to add value to my life, or am I trying to change the way I feel? Mastery of finances is 80% psychology, because the mechanics, investing in low-cost funds, spending less than you earn. The difficulty lies in managing the human heart and its endless cravings. By mastering your internal state, you create a calm, steady environment where wealth can actually take root and grow. Lesson 5. Create multiple streams of income. The old adage of don't put all your eggs in one basket is most critical when it applies to your primary source of survival. In the modern economy, relying on a single paycheck is the equivalent of walking a tightrope without a safety net. No matter how secure a job may seem, it is subject to forces beyond your control: technological disruption, corporate restructuring, or global economic shifts. Tony Robbins teaches that the truly wealthy never rely on a single door for their income. Instead, they build an ecosystem of revenue streams. This diversification doesn't just provide more money, it provides something far more valuable: psychological peace of mind. When you have multiple streams of income, the loss of one isn't a catastrophe, it's a temporary setback. Building multiple streams of income doesn't mean you need to work 5 different jobs. In fact, that would be an inefficient use of your time. Instead, it's about creating different types of income. You have your earned income, your salary, but you should also strive for passive income, dividends, rental income, royalties, and portfolio income, capital gains from investments. Additionally, the digital age has made it easier than ever to create side streams through gig economy platforms, digital products, or consulting. The goal is to decouple your time from your money. If the only way you make money is by trading your hours for dollars, you will always be capped by the 24 hours in a day. By creating streams that flow regardless of your physical presence, you break the chains of the time for money trap. Furthermore, having multiple streams of income allows you to be more bold in your primary career. When you aren't living in fear of a single manager's whim, you have the 19 confidence to speak your mind, take creative risks, and negotiate for what you are worth. It changes the power dynamic between you and your employer. This journey often starts small. Perhaps it's a few dollars a month from a small investment or a weekend side hustle. But as you reinvest those small streams back into the creation of new ones, you create a compounding effect. Eventually, these streams merge into a river of cash flow that can sustain your lifestyle regardless of the job market. Financial security is not found in a high salary. It is found in the redundancy and diversity of your income sources. Building wealth is not about appearing successful. It's about becoming financially strong, disciplined, and intentional. Tony Robbins teaches us that money is simply a reflection of our habits, decisions, and psychology. If you want to grow rich, you must first learn to respect every dollar that enters your life. Track your income, pay yourself first, invest in assets, control emotional spending, build multiple income streams. These principles may sound simple, but when practiced consistently, they can completely transform your future. Remember, wealth is not built overnight. It's built through daily choices, smart decisions, and long-term discipline. The truth is, your income alone will never make you rich. Your habits will. Starting today, make a decision that your money will no longer disappear without purpose. Give every dollar a mission. Let every paycheck become a building block for your future freedom. Years from now, you'll either regret the money you wasted or celebrate the wealth you built. The choice begins today, and if you apply these lessons consistently, your financial future may become greater than you ever imagined.